60 card Mimighoul appears to be the future out here. We also have, Horus control and Memento along with so much more. Make sure you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button and welcome to the dungeons. This was a really cool list out here. I actually got the chance to see this and I wanted to talk about this because 60 card Mimighoul was not really something I thought about. You know, I mean, this was one of those situations that you kind of think about it and you're like, okay, so we're still doing the cash tier package in here. You need to make sure that you're able to capitalize, get these bodies on the field so you can actually play the game. That's fine. But with all this new extra little Mimighoul stuff in here, you know, it's only one slime. That's interesting. I thought slime would for sure be one of these cards that would see a little bit more play, but surprisingly, no, actually. I see we're playing 2 copies of Fork, which is interesting. Also, only 1 Dungeon Master in 60 cards. Told you that I didn't think this card was ever going to be more than a 2 of. But the fact that we cranked this on back. Okay, also, 1 Giant Mimighoul, 1 copy of the Throne? Like, okay. I mean, it's pretty good. Also, double Mulch Army Peruli in here to get the draw power. I also see we're playing Ultimate Slayer. We're playing a very interesting game out here, I guess, to be fair. Herald of the Arclight does search into this. We're also playing the Genroku to, you know, do some free little climb plays in here. Like, you gotta appreciate the effort that's being made here with the Sengen Kaimen package with the Genroku for the free body to be able to put on the field so you can do some cheeky little things. But outside of that, this might be the thing that you might want to consider right here. You might be looking at the future of Mimighoul innovations, trying to figure out which way you want to go. I think that this is going to be the idea that is going to stick around and I think do the best. All right. Oh, baby. Horus. So, for those of you that do know, I love Horus control. I think that this is a really cool deck, though I do like my Light and Darkness Dragon, especially since it's got a QCR now. But this build is not playing that. But instead what we're doing here is we're using, of course, all the names here. So you can put the bodies on the field and actually use the Horus cards for what they're intended for, which is some rank 8 plays. Now what's very interesting to me about this extra deck down here is, you know, this right here is your primary prerogative. You have a going second OTK if need be. If not, you just clean up your opponent's field with the evenly matched and then go ahead and roll up, you know, whichever rank 8 package floodgate options that you're going to need. You 150% can play some stupid ignorant Yu-Gi-Oh out here because you're also playing the Kyoto Waterfront. Holy crap. Imagine getting to deploy the actual Gamma Seal out here with the actual hard tribute of this thing with the Kyoto Waterfront running, giving this 2 negates. That's amazing. Not only do those kaijus help you handle that, I mean, the Waterfront is basically getting you into it anyway. So that's all free. Like, I do not see a problem here with this deck. I think, if anything, the fact that we're doing all of this craziness, the only thing I'm dreadful of is, you know, drawing this, but it's not like we can't put it back off of the walls of the Imperial Tomb anyway. Very strong control options, very strong metagame disruption overall. And I guarantee you, if your opponents play against this, they're just going to look at you and they're going to be like, what in the actual heck is going on? All right, ooh, Memento. Now, first thing I'm going to tell you about Memento. This right here was your game changer. Goblin Biker Grand Imprisonment was such a stupid addition that they gave to this deck because it's just tribute a monster. All right, anything that your opponent, you're hand trapping my Anguish with Valor. Oh, what if I tribute it and summon out dun 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 my Memento Goblin? Yeah, that's the whole point of this now. Now you have 6 cards. Actually, technically, you have 12 cards. Because we're going to count the Droplet, and we're going to count the Memento Fusion here as cards. All of these are going to help you dodge hand traps on the field so that your opponent can't do anything. And the fact that this deck is now, you know, able to up the count of Goblin too. I have seen builds that stick to the 1 Goblin. I'm not going to tell you that rushing up to the 2 Goblins is going to be the correct call. No. But I do think that having access to 2 Goblins is not going to hurt you in the long haul. Most builds have also cut the Memento Trihorn Dragon. I still like the Dragon. I think having this as the free extra special summon, in addition to having the destruction effect attached to this as well, to clear off some troublesome cards, I think is important, alright? Also, unfortunately, Shifter is still going to be your not friend. You're still going to have some terrible matchups to deal with that. I also do see we are citing the Fracture Dance, but we are maining the Cranium Burst. I think probably right now Cranium Burst is probably going to feel like your better pick, just because, you know, 4 or 5 negates out here is going to feel pretty gosh darn good on this thing. All right. Woo! This is interesting. So not only did we have Spright smashing through the YCS this past weekend, we've had a little bit more success with this. Now, this is funny to me because, you know, we're in like a heavy U-Bell format heading on in through the sneak peek weekend. People that did have new cards got the chance to play them. This is another one of those events where people had access to cards, but this build does not need to play anything new. You've already got all of your options available to you. I do see that we are doing the Caddy and the Penny in here as well. That's beautiful. I love just the fact that you can just make the Melfies of the Forest and just go to town because it's a generic rank 2 for the searchability, and then, you know, you can toggle into the Herald if need be. If not, you know, this is just going to be some extra free little options that you can do some cute little things with. That's why we love this. And then, of course, the very splash package of Mirror Mage with the Freezing Chains. This has become an absolute norm at this point. I think every Modern Era Spright build right now is in fact tucking these in. Also, interestingly enough, this build is playing the Gamma Burst in the main. To be fair, if it's a smaller event, I think Gamma Burst just has more value in the main. Like, you smash this card on the field, and you go, alright, extra 14 across the board, I'm probably OTKing you with this. That's why Gamma Burst is such a stupid card. Also, it's until the end of your opponent's next turn. So if you don't get the dirty job done on the OTK, everything still remains powered up anyway. So, you know, that's pretty cute. That's the little fun fact out here. Also, still relying on the Cash Tier Offenders to clean up. I also do see we are citing the Pot of Prosperity. And don't even get me started on Archlord Christia just being a stupid, ignorant card for this list. Our last list here. Oh boy, you know, I know we've looked at a lot of Fiendsmith Snake-Eye's list this week, but the thing is I want to see how these lists are going to continue to evolve out here. You have so many people trying so many different opinions out here, and also the fact that this build is playing cross-out. You also do have the one Nibiru built in here. To be fair, getting Nibiru now, I don't think feels as bad. Like, you're obviously going to be starting with Risalago anyway, and then you're going to go Silvera a little bit later into the combo. So, like, even if they stop the Risalago, as long as your hand's not like a total absolute dumpster fest, you'll still be able to get down some play lines out here and be able to get things going. Also, the big argument right now is how many oaks do you need to do? You know, is 1 oak good enough or 2? I personally think that you can get away with the 2. Like, this build feels a little bit stronger to me. Obviously, you know, you're playing 1 Droll in here. The 1 Nib, like I said, for focus on the crossouts. And then, of course, you know, the rest of your hand traps, I think, are looking incredibly strong. It's this card right here that's the new pain in the butt. Like, this is going to be the thing that's going to break the mold, I think, on a lot of things. But this list, I think, feels good. 42 cards is not going to break the bank at all. You have standard Snake-Eyes combo everywhere. It looks good. So, we're going to continue looking at Rage of the Abyss list this week. I like what I'm seeing. There's a lot of cool things out here. Alright, this meta kind of looks really bad on paper, but I think we got some cool diversity out here. So please, leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and what more do you guys want to see out of this. You guys have a good rest of your day. patrons. Thank you. Ah!
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.